Okay, welcome to Dreamweaver Lesson 2, working with graphics, real basic stuff. Let's preview real quickly what it's going to look like. Once again, I'm going to supply you with all the text and the pictures. You're just going to assemble it. So what we're going to learn how to do is add these little border spaces between the pictures and the words, how to get the text to wrap up alongside the picture like that, how to do alternative text. So when you touch on the picture, like a little text box pops up. And that's for blind people. If they're browsing your web, they'll have web readers, and the web reader will read out loud whatever you write in the caption for your picture. And then we'll also work a little bit with flash buttons, this little return home thing, and then a flash ad. So let's go ahead and fire up Dreamweaver. And to do this page in Lesson 2, you notice there's no web page to start with. In my Lesson 2 folder, I have flash, images, and I have text. So we're going to start a brand new page, HTML page from scratch. The first thing I'm going to do is give it a title. So I'll call this DW2 Surf Hawaii, or Surfs Up, or whatever you want to call it. Actually, this is not surf, this is divers. First thing we want to do is we want to get that heading on there, which this that little logo there, Compass Extreme Adventures, and that is inside the image folder. It's right here called banner head. So you're going to do that right there. Okay, I'm back. I had to pause for a second. You know, before I do this, I should have saved my file. It's kind of a good habit before you start putting text in. Well, right here, see, Dreamweaver says, what do you want to put for your alternative text? So this is just a banner ad. So I'll just write banner ad. And then it automatically pops up. So before I do anything more, I'm going to save my file, and I'm going to save it right into Web Design, DWMX, and I think you guys just have Compass Tours, most of you. I'm going to go right into Lesson 2, and then I'm just going to call this DW2. And then notice over here it should show up now, DW2, and it's inside the Lesson 2 folder, right where it should be. Okay, next I want to get that centered. So to center your graphic, if you don't want to click on it, because when you click on it, you have the properties of the picture come up down here in your property box. I want to click to the right of it, and then I can hit center. And then it centers it up automatically in the page for me. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to make the background color of the page match that blue perfectly. So I'm going to right click here and go into page properties, or you can also go up to edit, page properties, maybe not edit page properties, modify page properties, either way. And I want to go to background color, and what I'm going to do is, watch this, it's kind of slick. When I click on that color, I have that little eyedropper, and if you take the eyedropper and touch it to the color that's already in the page, it'll match that color perfectly. So now I made the background color match that color. So now I can close that out or say OK. There, now I've got my background color. Alright, next up I want to do is hit enter to come down a line. Now I want to type in this text, my diving travel log. So I'm going to type that in, my diving travel log. It comes in black, that's fine for now. And I want to make that font bigger. I'm going to make that font, it's the format, I'm going to make it heading 3, maybe even a little bigger than that. There, how about that? Let me pause. Alright, I'm back. And let me make this font, instead of being black, I'm going to make it white. Alright, so far so good. And I think finally I want to make that style, the font, I think Arial looks a little bit better. Not so good. Maybe better, something else. Yeah, that looks a little better to me. Whatever you think looks good. So next up, we want to put that picture of the diver. Drag it out and drop it right in. Alternative text, I'm going to say diver. Whatever else you want. And then there's a diver. And now I want to get all the text that goes in this page to come out. And that is inside of this text box. And you see what I'm going to do is it's a text.txt file. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to highlight everything. Control A, that selects all. I'm going to Control C it, that's copy, or you could right click it, copy it. Come back over here and I'm going to paste that text in. And then I'm going to highlight all that text and make it white. And I'm going to give it an Arial. And how about a size 12? 12 points, not pixels. Okay, that's not too bad. So now I want those text to flow up along the picture. I think if I hit enter once, yeah, it comes back. If you click on the picture, this is a property of the picture, not of the text, which is kind of weird. You click on the picture and you go over here to align and you say align left. And what it's going to do is it's going to make all the text scroll right up alongside of it. And I think I lost my formatting on that very first text block. So I'm going to bring that back to Arial. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to put a little border around this picture. So if you click on the picture, you can go over here to border and you can give it a border of let's say 2. Gives a little line around it. And now we want to add a little bit of space, a little cushion between the words and the picture. So once again, there's a property of the picture. And right here where it says horizontal space, let's say around 10 pixels, pushes it out a little bit. And let's also give it a vertical space like 2. And then don't worry, because in Dreamweaver it looks kind of weird like that. Looks like the white bars around it. But when you F12 it, which I just pressed, and preview it, it looks fine inside Internet Explorer. You can see there's the black thing and it doesn't look all weird like that. So next up, we want to come down to the bottom and we want to get that picture of that fish. What's it look like? I'm going to get that little picture of the fish and then we're going to say check out some of the fish we saw. I'm going to highlight that text so I'm going to type it. So that picture of the fish is right here. Fish, drop it in. Give it some alternative box text. How about check out the fishies. Say OK. We want that centered. So once again, you click off the picture, center it. And then we want to you want to keep a consistent look to your page. So if we did a border of 2 around this picture, we want to do the same thing here. Border of 2. And then we did a horizontal space of 10. Same thing here. And now I'm going to paste in my text. And I want that text to be right up in the middle. So click on the picture. And a line, I'm going to say absolute middle. And then it'll put out right there. I'll do an exclamation point. Yeah. And now I want to do the little return home button, which is a flash button. So to insert a flash thing, let me see. Okay, I'm going to go up to Insert, Media, Flash button. And there's lots of different styles of buttons that kind of come preloaded, pre-made. So you can just pick out any one that you want. You get a little preview of it when you click on it. Kind of like that one I had. I don't know where that is. How about the star spinner? No, it doesn't really go. I don't know, I'm going to pause it while I look around. Okay, I found the one I like. This blue warper does a little weird thing. Now, what do I want to say in it? I'll say home. And the font looks fine to me. The link, you can link this. I'm going to actually link it back to my home page. So I'm going to go up a level, back to my index page. Keep going up until I find it. There it is. Now, one word of a warning though, you're going to link this, and when you preview it, it probably won't work yet, but when you later put this onto the blue cube, onto your web server, then it will work. And the background color of the button, I want to match the page, so otherwise I don't get that big white block around it. And then save it as button, that's fine. So now I'm going to say OK. And then there's my button. And then I can give it a title if I want. I don't think it matters. I'm supposed to say OK. And then the final thing is to add that add at the end, that surf add. That's a flash file, and all you have to do is drag it and drop it, just like it was a picture. And now flash things don't work in Dreamweaver. You can click on it and press play to preview it, and you can see it's going to do its thing. Then stop it. Same thing with this. You can press play, and you can see the button do its thing, and stop it. Okay, that's about it. Get this thing done quick. So I'm going to save this file, and don't forget you want to link this up. So I'm going to open up my home page. I'm going to type DW2. Do my link button, and once again, don't use this BG button. They look the same. It's the link one. And find that link and then link it up to the green web page, the DW2. And then save that, and you should be all set. If you need any help, let me know.